Okay, we're back to the mark we fished on the last session. Conditions much different this time. It's spring tides and we'll be fishing it from low tide up. Don't really expect anything for the first 2 hours, to be fair. Usually a couple of hours in, once we start getting a bit more flow, that's when it starts to pick up. It's also pissing down with rain, so we're probably going to get a bit wet today. I'm not really sure how much I'm going to be able to record. It's high tide, low tide is 5:30. It'll be around 7:30 once the fishing, or once I expect the fishing to start picking up. So by then it's going to be pretty dark. So I'm not sure how much footage we'll catch, but we'll try and get a bit of footage. If I do catch, I'll get the camera on anyway and show you guys. Fingers crossed, we'll hopefully get something decent. So yeah, what I'll do when I get down to the mark, I'll show you what it looks like. Completely different from when we fished on the last session. So the tide's going to be way out, there's going to be loads of ground to walk across, it's all pretty flat, and as that tide starts coming up, it usually stays around 3 to 4 foot, and we'll just work our way back with the tide. It can be a bit dodgy out there because you're so far out, especially with a spring tide. You need to really be careful that you don't get caught out. There's been a couple of occasions in the past where I've nearly gone over the waders. So yeah, we'll gradually work our way back, and hopefully we'll have a fish. We'll also be fishing the same tactics as before, so the Savage Gear Weedless Minnow, 10 gram, seems to work really well at the minute, so we'll stick with that. Got loads of confidence in it, so no need to change. Won't waste any time with top waters today. Not the right conditions. We've got quite a big breeze coming in from the west, big westerly winds. We'll be fishing right into the wind. So yeah, let's see how we get on. Right, we're down here. It's actually not gone out as much as I thought it might have. I know there's spring tides, but to be fair, there's still quite a lot of water here. So yeah, there's still quite a bit of water down here. However, it will be super shallow and you can just walk out for miles. So we'll get down there and we'll have a few casts. But like I say, I'm not really expecting anything for the first couple of hours. Maybe about 7:30 it might start picking up. But yeah, let's have a go. So as you can see, we've come out quite far now and we're only up to our ankles, so it's just super flat out here. You can just go for miles and miles. You can actually see in about 30-40 more yards, you can actually start to see the water disrupting more. That's the flow as it's pushing out. So there is quite a bit of flow out in the middle there still, but over here it's just so shallow, and we're going to fish the flood, work our way back. On the last session I was stood all the way over there where there's no water. That was on a neap tide. So we got springs today, so I'm hoping that'll move a few more fish in. Okay, the first thing I've noticed is the water clarity is pretty bad compared to the last few sessions where it's been crystal clear. There's about 3 to 4 inches of clarity. So what I may have to do is maybe get one of my white lures on. I'm not sure I'm not sure this colour's going to stand out at all, if I'm honest. Or maybe try and put a slightly bigger lure on, but yeah, let's see how we get on. Right, so what you'll see I'm doing here is actually keeping my rod tip quite low. So the wind's pretty bad. You might not be able to hear it at the minute, but it is quite bad. And fishing light lures, if you've got your rod tip up like this, it just makes it really hard to stay in contact with the lure. So I'm managing to get away with keeping quite a low rod tip. So yeah, we'll see how we get on with that. It's like I say, it's really shallow, but this 10 gram lure does seem to be holding up quite well here. So yeah, let's get on with it. So I've switched over to the white now. It stands out a lot better in this murky water. So before we had like 3 inches, 4 inches of clarity, and now it does seem to stand out much better. So yeah, fingers crossed. Change of lure. Let's see how we get on. There she is. Let's see if she can do some damage today. Oh, I think I just had a knock then. Oh, what happened there? Oh, that was definitely a knock. Definitely a knock. Wasn't really expecting it. Right, let's get it back out there. Interesting. Come on. 100% that was a knock. Come on. Make sure that hook points. Yep, it's good. That was 100% a fish. Fish on, fish on, fish on, yep. Fish on. Really gentle take that. Didn't smash it, really gentle. Not a huge fish, but probably a 40. Probably a 40. Definitely not a small bass. Come here. Come on. Check him out. Good start. Good start. Few more of them. I'd say he's definitely 40 plus. Thanks, mate. Off he goes. Good start. Wasn't expecting anything just yet, so hopefully a few more of them. It'll be welcome, very welcome. I knew they were out there. I had a knock a few casts before that, That take was really weird though. It was almost like I'd hit a bit of weed and it was just coming straight towards me. I had to really sort of wind down into it. Maybe that's due to the clarity, who knows, but... Or maybe it was just... who knows? Main thing is, I set the hook and we caught him. Right, let's see if there's anything bigger out there. I just feel like today it's just going to be a better stamper fish. I knew they were out there. Let's see if there's any more about. Especially now as that tide starts to flood. That flow is slowly starting to increase now. Come on. Where's your daddy? Fish on, fish on. Not big, but that's fish number 2. Still not as small as the other day. There you go. Again, that was a similar bite to last time, you know. They're not slamming the lure, they're just gently kind of coming straight towards you almost. And you're having to sort of wind down into them just to get contact. Whether that's got anything to do with, I don't know, the clarity or what, I don't know, but yeah, fish number 2. Okay, the light's starting to fade now, so I'm not sure how much longer I can record for, but we'll keep going. If I do catch anything, I'll come back to you anyway. Especially if it's something decent, then yeah, we'll get it back to the bank, get some pictures. We'll see. What we can try, seeing as we got the wind coming into our face, this tide is starting to rise now. So we could potentially sort of cast back towards shore with the wind behind us, you know, and we'll cover so much more ground. Hopefully there's enough depth to be able to work the lure effectively, but by the looks of it, it looks like there is. So, you know, although we've got that wind smashing into our face, preventing us covering more ground, essentially, you know, we can do a 180, cast towards shore. It does look like we've got plenty of depth behind us now, so you know, it's definitely worth a try just to cover more ground. And with that wind right behind us, man, that lure absolutely flies. Oh, there you go. Oh, that was a fish. That was a fish. That was a fish. Oh, what happened there? That definitely felt like a fish to me. Look, there was a fish there just in front of me. Jumped. Also, without that wind in your face, it just feels so much better. Right, that was definitely a bite. Let's do that again. I'm pretty sure it was. I know there's a savage looking snag closer to shore, but that was like 2 knocks on the rod tip, and that definitely didn't feel like it hit a snag, you know. It wasn't like a dull thud on the rod tip. That was 2 sharp tugs. It just opens up so many more options. Just being able to cover so much more ground, especially out here, it's just vast openness. So flat hunting grounds is the way I see it for the bass. So it's fairly featureless, a bit of rack closer in, but out here it's just flat rocky, or sorry, flat sandy ground with a little bit of bladderwrack here and there. So definitely able to work the lure though, so that's great. Come on, fish on. There you go, fish on. Not big, but there you go, you know, covering more ground, and that's got us another bite. Get in. Yeah, not massive, but there you go, fish number 3. Come here, mate, come on. Okay, we've moved back a bit now, close to shore, probably still 50 metres offshore. Yeah, we're just staying at a safe depth, giving ourselves plenty of time to get back. You know, we don't want to be getting caught out, it's not fun. I'm just starting to lose those light levels now pretty quick. I didn't get an outro, unfortunately, the other night. My mate turned up and we ended up moving to another spot, and I completely forgot. So yeah, it wasn't the best session. It was a bit disappointing, really. We started well, managed to get amongst them pretty early on in the session at low tide, and then that wind just picked up and just made it really difficult. So we ended up going to a new mark that we hadn't fished before. Went to check that one out, and yeah, it looks really good. So I'll be definitely fishing there more. Yeah, 3 fish in the end. Yeah, better than a blank, nothing massive. As always, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.